So we're here on West End with Mr Pothole, investigating some of the problems in Witney. And you've come out all the way from Northamptonshire today to have a look at what's going on in Witney. Do you want to tell us a little bit about why you decided to focus on Witney?
Well, it was a campaign by local people that started this off. I got tagged in through social media, I'm very active on there, saying there was problems. So, I signed a petition because anybody that's trying to campaign to get their roads improved, I'm all for. Came over one Sunday afternoon with my wife, love Witney, it's a lovely place, but was quite shocked that in front of the town hall and just by our war memorial, some of the defects I saw. So I looked a bit further and could see what people have found, and then got contacted by people like minicab drivers and local people who were saying they'd fed up with the roads, they've been reporting things and nothing that happened. So Wednesdays now have become hashtag Witney Pothole Wednesdays. So every Wednesday I'll spend a few hours over in Witney looking at what repairs. We've had some success so far. We've had repairs carried out. We've had a few knockbacks, but we're going to go back on the knockbacks and tell them they've got that wrong. And then pick up on other ones that people have flagged up to me. But obviously, I can't do everything. So if people do use Fix My Street to report, it's fairly easy off the County Council's website. Just click on there, drop the pointer, feed in the information. Every day I look at every pothole that gets reported in Witney and the surrounding area. I've got screen prints of the history over the last 12 months or so of every report, completed and non-completed, to build a dossier up. And I find some interesting things, like one guy that had been reporting potholes from March right through till May time they're repaired, and he keeps going back saying they're not. And that's where I'm going after within here, to have a look if they've been done or not since that period of time. So that's really why. A number of my first Freedom of Information requests should be completed, and I should have them back mid-September.
Right.
I need to go through and analyse those, but by the end of September I should have good enough information from what I've done in terms of my fact finding and my visits, and hopefully some more repairs carried out, because surprise surprise, when I'm reporting them they are getting repaired. As I said, we're getting a few knockbacks, but 80% are getting repaired at the moment.
That's pretty good.
But I don't normally report anything that doesn't meet their criteria. So when I get those back, I then come back and have to prove it again, but I've been there before. So then it's a case of seeing what's actually happening, what's being delivered. Are the council getting what they think they're getting from their contractors, which is another thing. Oxfordshire do want a meeting with me, but I've deferred that until I've got as much information as possible, because I don't want to go off of half-cocked. And then subject to that, it's whether the local MP wants to support his constituencies. And it needs to be done for his constituencies, because obviously I'm not a constituent, which is fair enough, and he can back me off as much as he liked. However, people like Sir Tony Baldry in Banbury, that I'm not his constituent, wanted a fact find about the issues in his area, so I did a fact finding thing with him. And the same with Richard Burden MP, who was the Shadow Transport Minister for Roads. I've done a same thing there. So whether the local MP wants to pick up on that, fine. If not, maybe the constituent route's the way to go through.
Well, it's not just about the potholes, as we've just talked about, though, is it? It's about the drains, and that's a particular issue that does bother, especially residents in this area. People on Bridge Street, there is, a residents' committee who want something to be done in terms of, ensuring that the flooding risk is reduced. And you'd think that issue, is so interconnected with the roads that it would be something relevant for the local MP to get involved with.
You would think so, and from the photographs and reports I did last week, a lot of those drains, the amount of detritus that's in there, they haven't been serviced or maintained for a long period of time. So, if that's not basic housekeeping of a road that's particularly vulnerable, and if you look at the bridge where it's breaking up as well, quite badly, unless something's done there with the water in that area, you're going to have problems through the winter, so you could have flooding and things like that. Yes, I think maybe the local MP and councillors are letting down the people of Witney by not addressing some of these things, particularly as there's a history there.
Right, you're right.
Right, it's well over 40, it's 47. It's 250 by 180, so above their criteria.
Yes, Well, it definitely meets their criteria for fixing it, doesn't it?
Yeah, and there's nothing better. So what I will do...
It's got water in it as well.
Yeah, what I will do...
You've got a van coming up now.
Yeah, I get a sixth sense, thanks a lot. I will re-report that
Yeah.
with a picture of the spirit level. They only allow one picture,
Right.
which makes it different. On my site you can do 3.
Yeah.
I'm still using Fix My Street at the moment because
Yeah.
they said it's improved.
Right.
I would doubt that at the moment.
Yeah.
On my system through Street Repairs you can do 3 pictures. It allows
Yeah.
you to do a close-up,
Yeah.
it allows you to do a position in the road,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
and it gives you surroundings. So
Yeah.
then not only they can see it, when they come out, rather than an inspector come out and saying,
know where
oh
it is.
whatever, they can have a look at it and say, based upon that, based on the thickness of the tarmac from experience, I can normally tell,
Yeah.
that's over that criteria, we might as well send someone out to repair it, rather than someone can go, oh is it, ain't it? Or drive past and say, no, it doesn't meet the criteria. Yeah?
Yeah.
But I will re-report it through Fix My Street, giving the information, location on there, photograph.
Yeah.
I will put a note in there giving dimensions because I've got the dimensions in my mind now.
Yeah.
And then we'll follow it through. And I will tweet it to them as well so that it doesn't get lost. So that Oxfordshire County Council PR department pick up on it then because they look after their PR.
Yeah.
And maybe asked, hold on, you've said on this report, yeah, now he's gone out and said it's this,
Yeah.
and he's measured it
Yeah.
with Whitney Radio.
Yeah. Yeah.
So let's see what you're doing.
Yeah. So, Mr. Pothole, if you could give a direct message to our MP, David Cameron, what would that be?
The direct message would be, although government is tight for money, I know government are allocating quite a few £billion, but I don't think government and councils are getting the value for money out there. I think they really need to have a look, and if he would have to look at some of the real issues that affect these people day in and day out that they see that's being ignored, perhaps he might be able to put some more pressure on councils and authorities, and maybe look at policing them to actually get the little money that they can allocate it spent more effectively for residents. Yeah, yeah. But I mean, look, see that's where it's going there. So over the winter, you're going to end up with defect there. I mean, that's because of the drain running there to a certain extent. I mean, not ideal, but look at this footpath.